So I put a limit of at least one sale per month of anything like. Well, turn that back on, put it in drive. There we go. Yeah, anything like pallets of tomatoes, pallets of anything. Milk. We're going to argue that we do have a refrigerator, so we can keep it refrigerated on the farm, but we really should amp up the sales of that as well at some point. But I'm going to have to lease a tanker, because at this point I really, well, we'll take a look. And no, I did not look to see how much the value is for tomatoes. Then I think there's 2 sell points for this this produce. Okay. Oh, actually, isn't it over here? Yeah. The hitbox indicator is not exactly where the sell point is positioned. Well, that's good. Go, go, go. Sell slow. And £1,000, yay. So not a serious amount of income, but it's enough to be going on with. Doesn't even cover the mineral sale, the mineral purchase. Anyway, we'll get this all put back in the yard, and I think September we will be able to mow our original grass field, and then October we can mow the other one. Put this back here. Oh, and then drive on it. No, not a good plan. I didn't check the consumables in there either. I'm also thinking I could do with a little tipping trailer or something to run feed and fertilizer around in. And the reason is that this takes seed, solid fertilizer and water. We have a ton of water, we have a few seeds, we have a little bit of solid fertilizer, but we can get the seeds and the solid fertilizer tanked into places like this. We've got 1700 seed, but I've got no way to move it. And if I had a small tipper, I could haul that round the yard and top up when necessary. So it doesn't have to be too big. It could probably be what's that little grape. I don't think it's not intended as a grape. This thing that was intended for the Antonio Guerrera tractors only holds 1.5 tons or 1.6 litres, but what is that, 1600 litres, but it's sufficient to just do small movements of fertilizer and seed around. That was part of the problem with some of the earlier choices I made. I bought a 1200 litre, 12,000, 1200, 1200, 12,000 litre. Oh. One of these. No, not one of those. Smaller one than that. Oh, one of these. Yeah, 12.9 thousand litres. And then we upgraded to one of these, which is 20,000 litres. And I'm thinking the 20,000 litres is a little bit large to move small amounts of material around the yard. So we could do with something a little bit smaller. Yeah, 8 o'clock's fine. But unless something comes up in the sales in the next couple of days, I'm not too worried about 5S. Now that is a thing to consider. It's a shorter wheelbase. What size is that? That's 12,000 litres. See, that's not bad either. And then carries 5 cows. It's not many cows, and it's quite a trek over to the cow shed. But it's only 6,800. So if I buy that, am I going to regret it? Okay, what's it come with? Front weight. You either have the front weight or you have that. Oh, it does come with the front loader. Okay, so this is already fitted with the front loader. It has the 105 horsepower engine, which is fine. It does not have the sensors, does not have GPS, and for 45,000, so it comes with the front loader. Might change the wheels. Continental's a bit narrow. Not going with those. I could go with those. Okay. Let's go with that, and that. Let's randomize the number plate. And yeah, 45,000 for a 105 horsepower tractor. I like that plan. I mean, I was saying I'd like the thing. So we will go to the store. I'm going to need loader arms for it, and I don't know what model to get. Don't even know what load of a bracket it's got installed. Ugh. I should probably have checked that before. No. Okay. 5S. So it has front loader attachment, Hauer quickie, no. Okay. And that one. Or that one. So is it short or is it long? That's short. Okay, so we got a quickie loader. Now, I've been wondering about these. Because it says for, you need 60 horsepower to work this one. You need 80, you need 100. This is going to be way too big for this tractor. I'm thinking this tractor probably needs the 4. But it doesn't tell you what tractors it goes with. And going back to the tractors, doesn't give you, and it would be nice if it indicated that, but I'm thinking the 4M, maybe the 3M. If you get arms that are too small, they don't reach the floor. If you get arms that are too big, then they lift the front of your tractor up. So you want something as close to... oh heck, let's just... main colour, Massey Ferguson red. Design colour, yeah, we'll keep it black. Oops. And buy. Okay. Let's see if that fits. Tractor could possibly use a little bit of a service, but we're over half, so that's fine. The big question is, will these forks fit? Or will the arms fit? Yes. And will they go down low enough? I would say that might be a bit short. Okay. Let's do this. That one too. Drop that one. Yeah, no, that was right there. And we'll hitch up to the 4. See how that looks. So this one, not so important, but okay, so yes, the Q3 is absolutely fine for this tractor. Thinking about it, I should probably have put wheel weights on this thing too, but not gonna worry about that right now. Obviously, when it comes to lifting bales, especially 7,500 litre bales, yeah, they're kind of heavy, so the wheel weights will probably make a difference. But this should be small enough to, wander around the yard and do things that we need done that the telly truck would be not entirely appropriate for. And we can run straw spreaders. Can't run the baler, but I don't want this for the baler. Our bigger, heavier tractors are going to be running the heavier equipment. This is just for supplementary baling work. In fact, in all probability, we'll be loading the bale trailer up using the Deutz and hitching this onto the bale trailer so it doesn't go dancing around the field. I do like the background changes. They're not very Irish, but they do, it is a nice improvement. Movement of the trees has worked out well. I think some of the hedge assets might have been renumbered because, and I'll demonstrate you very quickly here as we drive past my house. Basically, some of the hedges on each side of the house have reappeared. The metal fencing I took back to about the level of the house, and as you can see there from this range, that's a full hedge there. And I think I chopped 3 units off on this side, 3 units off on the other side, and then someone stolen my hedge there. But it's we can work around it. But yes, it does look good. It doesn't seem to have caused any problems. I did run a couple of grass contracts and they are all feeding out more than enough grass. So perfectly happy with all of that. I could have gone in there, but I guess for right now, it's a good thing. Yeah, well, I didn't nail them down, so that's obviously the problem. But everything else, map is still looking good, so no complaints here. I'll probably steal that tractor too now. I did just notice that I seem to have a small gap under there. But that's Giant's construction thing for you. Okay, well, as I said, that's good. I mean, the background looks incredible. Obviously, when you get to the map edge, it's not ideal, but yeah, from back here, that looks awesome, in spite of the fact that it really doesn't look like Ireland. But I don't care. I'm not specifically saying we're in Ireland here, so that's fine. I do know some map makers do extend, put a couple of, a field or so outside of the edge of the map so that you don't get the big drop off. But we've got the hedge, which at least at this height is fine. It's when you're in a tractor and zoomed out that you can get to see underneath the map. But everybody does it, so yeah, I can't really complain about that. And sadly, I've built a farm on the edge of the map, so I get to see that quite often. But I did, on my previous game was Oakfield Farm, and the edges of the map on that were quite annoying in some situations because the edge of the map was inside of the hedgerow, so you would hit this invisible wall rather than being able to judge, well, if I drive up to the hedge, if I don't hit the hedge, I'll be fine. And But anyway, I think we'll beam back to the house because we're kind of done there. Oh, I'm not on the beam. There we go. Visit. So, we've got ourselves a second tractor. There's nothing... Oh, I didn't check the thing. Okay, still have an absolute ton of harvesting contracts. Baling contracts. Oh, cultivating contracts. Nice. And ploughing contracts. So nothing exciting there. I think I'm gonna push another day and get us into September. Sleep.
I'm gonna go do my parts out there, and then after that, I'm gonna go to the dishwasher and take a shower.
Okay, we are here. Step 1, store sales. What's going on? Oh, there's one of those. How much horsepower? That's only 95 maximum. There's a sprayer. Nice. Don't need any of those. Contracts. We have a ton of baling contracts, some cultivating contracts, some harvesting contracts, ton of harvesting contracts. I hope some... I suppose the thing to do would be to look here and blue cultivated. It looks like, yeah, we've got some cultivation contracts, we've got harvested contracts. So I am thinking that these are now cycling like what they're supposed to. So Giants did fix that. I stepped over the okay, yeah, that'll be interesting to see. So, I'm thinking I'm not going to hold off getting a straw blower. That's the cheapest. And needs 105 horsepower. What's our... 105 horsepower. So absolutely adequate. Let's have another check on... That's a chopper, needs 80, that needs 100. So that needs less horsepower. But that one's cheaper. That one does just do straw, that one does straw and hay. Not that I'm really worried about chopping hay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. Not going to put a license plate on it. We will buy it. Which pushes us down a bit. Actually, before we drive out to the store, I will take a trip out to the field. Because I have a feeling it's the right day to come out and mow this. Yes, indeed. Okay, so looks like today is gonna be a mowing day. Yeah, I understand. The edges of the maps. It's difficult to come up with a solution, and once you've decided on your solution, you can't really go back and change it to another one. So I'm not really saying you picked the wrong solution or anything. Yeah. It's just things I notice that you then try and avoid noticing as you play the game. but that's fine. I will possibly replace the... oh, we have stuff. Of course, it's September. Oh. And these are medium weeds. So like I said, from what I understand from Derriere Farms, if you use a direct drill, then when the crop grows, the weeds are at medium level. If you use a standard drill, where you need to cultivate first and then drill, you end up with small weeds at first growth stage. So that's a thing. As I said, we will be dealing with the weeds. From what I've been able to determine, and I think it's probably a reasonable rule at this point, if you plant something during the many days of August, they will germinate and grow to first stage by the first day of September. So it doesn't matter how many days per month you select. The growth always happens on day one of a month. So we now have 3 days in September to deal with those weeds. But if we leave it until October, then there'll be big weeds. But anyway, so we're good. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, right, this is a good map. It's a map that inspired me to... I didn't think I was going to get bored with it in a couple of months. I've played maps where it's a nice small map, but we're going to be done with this, 2 years of gameplay and we're done. This is my this has always been my long-term series. So I as soon as a new version of Farming Simulator comes out, I'm looking for a map that I am going to be playing for 2 years. So, take that as it is. We are going to be on this map for a long time. And we are probably still not going to own most of it by the end. Might own half of it. Although, Oakfield Farm, it took me 3 years of gameplay on Oakfield Farm to own half the map. So, we'll see how we go on this one. I think the land